Hello, it's Kristen, and this is my week 16 update. It's coming to a day late, and it's probably not going to be a very uplifting video. I'll start by saying last week's video was the first week that I didn't lose any weight, and I was feeling really bad about that. So the day after that video was made, I really tried to push myself, and I did an hour and a half on the treadmill, followed by the following day I did an hour. Now, those of you who watch my videos know that I have a really bad back. I have a whole bunch of problems with my spine, so I ended up hurting myself, and it's really frustrating to me because those two workouts actually resulted in some weight loss. I went from 192, and by my weigh-in Sunday morning, I was down to 187. I was so happy, just totally thrilled beyond words about that. But my back ended up hurting just really bad, to the point where I couldn't work out or do anything for 2 or 3 days. And it's just really frustrating to me because every time I try to push myself and I take a step forward, it ends up pushing me 3 steps back. And I just hate living this way. You know, I have an extra limitation that most people don't have. I have the motivation, I have the desire to change, I have the eating mostly under control. You know, I have a few moments where I might make a not so great choice, but I don't ever make any really bad choices. So, having this physical disability, this physical limitation, really puts me at a disadvantage. Because what normal people can do and just push themselves to do, when I try to do that, it ends up hurting me and pushing me all that much further back. And being that I have such a bad metabolism anyway, it's just really difficult. Like, I can see that pushing myself does result in weight loss, but then I end up gaining that back plus some because I have to stop because I hurt myself. So it's just a really vicious cycle, and I just don't know what to do, because basically I think I've reached my limitations as far as how far I can push myself. And if I can't up the incline or up the speed or up the time, I feel like I'm at a loss. I just don't know what I can do to push any more weight loss. You know, the nutritionist and the doctor say that if I follow the rules, it'll come off, it'll happen, but it just doesn't seem to be. Maybe just very, very slowly it'll happen, but I don't know. It's just really stressing me out. So I feel like I've reached my stall, or a stall, I guess I could say. So I've been at 192 for like 3 weeks now. I wish I could have at least stayed at the 187 that I got down to last Saturday, but that wasn't the case. And I don't understand how I could even gain that amount of weight. That's like 5 pounds. If I'm eating so little. It just doesn't make sense. So that's where I'm at this week. I went for a psychological evaluation. I've applied for disability. I was denied the first time, and I appealed it. So this is my second time trying to get on disability, and I went for my psychological evaluation this week. I think I did pretty well. I told them all the things that they needed to know about me. I've gone through a lot of trauma in the past few years, having lost, you know, 2 children. Those of you who are new subscribers, In the summer of 2009, I delivered a baby boy at 23 weeks and 5 days gestation, and I was 2 days short of 24 weeks, which if I had been 24 weeks, they would have done everything necessary to keep the baby alive. He was fully developed other than the lungs. So he was born alive, he lived for 2 hours, tried to breathe, and they would not give him a breathing tube because he was 2 days short of the gestation age that they do that. So I had to hold him in my arms for two hours, and he died. It was very difficult for me, and less than a year later, the same thing happened again. They had determined that it wasn't my cervix that was incompetent, but it turns out that they were wrong. So the next time I was pregnant, I delivered at 19 weeks, a much smaller baby this time, which was a girl. The first time was a boy. And so I went through that again. So I had all these things going on in my life, which if these things hadn't happened, I might have not made the decision to have gastric bypass. I think I reached an all-time low in my life at that point, and just being at that place where I hit an absolute rock bottom, a place where I was just so ultimately alone and ultimately miserable. I just desperately wanted to grasp at whatever thread was holding me together, and just try to reach out and have a life again. So, that being said, that was a lot of what pushed me towards having this surgery. So little by little, I'm trying to take baby steps towards having some type of a functioning life again. I think it's going slowly, and I didn't think it was going to be this difficult. I didn't think the weight loss was going to be as slow as it has been. I saw myself as just kind of blowing through the pounds, but it isn't that way. I just know I have all the motivation that it takes. It's just these physical limitations are just really, really hard to overcome. So, that's my update for this week, and I will see you guys. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
That's the video.